friends, welcome to Day 13 Current Affairs. Today first news. The complete news was taken from The Hindu. Supreme Court stays implementation of three controversial farm laws. Supreme Court given a stay for the implementation of the controversial farm laws which was trying to implement by central government. So the Supreme Court given a stay on that. Still, the farm leaders reject the Supreme Court panel as a government ploy. Means they are saying that it is a central government strategy to make the agitation calm down. So still the farmers are not happy and they are continuing their protest. You can see in this image. Farmers are continuing their protest against the new agriculture laws at the Ghazipur border in New Delhi. Coming to the news, the Supreme Court on Tuesday stayed the implementation of three controversial farm laws, calling its order extraordinary and victory for the fair play. The stay on the implementation of the law means that the centre cannot for the time being proceed with any executive actions to enforce the laws. So time being there is central government can't do anything with these farm laws. The court formed a 4-member committee of experts to listen to the grievances of the farmers on the laws and the views of the government and make recommendations. So this is news that Supreme Court given a stay to the controversial farm laws. Second news. No option to select between two vaccines. This was said by the Health Secretary. Rollout to start on Jan 16. Supplies reach 4 major depots first. Already 4 major depots received the vaccines. Here you can see the first consignment of the Covishield vaccine arriving at Bangalore airport on Tuesday. People will not have the option of making a choice between the two available COVID vaccines. Means there is no option to select I need Covishield or Covaxin. It is decided by the department itself to which vaccine it should be given to the public. Means at that area. When the rollout starts on Jan 16th, Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan said at a press conference on Tuesday. The Union government, he said, had agreed to procure 110 lakh Covishield doses from the Serum Institute of India at 200 rupees per dose. Here you can get a good point that 200 rupees per dose. This is of Covishield of Serum Institute of India, and you can see the Covaxin. Sorry, you can Covaxin. It is 295 rupees per dose. This is called as Covaxin, developed by Bharat Biotech India Limited. Okay. You can know that Covaxin is costlier than the Covishield. So BBL would provide and one more thing, BBIL, Bharat Biotech India Limited, also providing 16.5 lakh doses of Covaxin free of cost to the central government as a special gesture. 4 other COVID-19 vaccines are under trial currently in the country and it had so far received 54,72,000 doses of the vaccine to be distributed, while 100% doses to be received by 14 January in all the states and union territories. And Telangana received 3.64 lakh doses of Covishield. Okay. Next, third news. High Court notice to centre on bill challenging Contempt Act. Section 2C1 violates right to free speech expression plea. This is of Karnataka, Bangalore news. The Karnataka High Court on Tuesday, it is important still, although it is a Karnataka news, it is still important because we can know about what is Contempt of Act. The Karnataka High Court on Tuesday ordered issue of notice to the union government on a pill petition filed by 4 eminent personalities challenging the constitutional validity of provision of the Contempt of Courts Act 1971. That makes scandalizing or tends to scandalizing courts as a ground for contempt. Means if anyone scandalized means scandalize the court orders. means they are not following the court orders, it will come under contempt of act. You came to know about I think 2-3 months back the Bharat Bhushan case where Supreme Court given a contempt of act on him. Okay, a division bench comprising Chief Justice Abhay Srinivas Oka and Justice Sachin Shankar Magadum passed the order on the petitions filed by Krishna Prasad, senior journalist and former editor of Outlook magazine, N. Ram, veteran journalist and former editor-in-chief of The Hindu, Arun Shourie, former union minister, and Prashant Bhushan, and senior advocate. All the 4 petitioners have narrated the proceedings faced by them under the Contempt of Courts Act at different point of time before the High Courts and the Apex Court. Just now I said that it's Bharat Bhushan, sorry, it is Prashant Bhushan for him the Contempt of Court was done by Supreme Court. Fourth news. Labor codes may be implemented before April 1. The new labor codes may be implemented before April 1. Several unions boycotted consultations and framing of rules. The 4 labor law codes enacted by Parliament in 2020 and 2019 could be implemented before the earlier target of April 1, according to Union Labour and Employment Ministry officials. Santosh Kumar Gangwar, he is. The courts, which have amalgamated 29 laws governing minimum wages, occupational safety, social security into 4 courts, were earlier expected to be implemented by April 1. However, Labour and Employment Secretary Apurva Chandra on Tuesday said the rules framed under the courts would be finalized by January end. Okay, this is about the labor codes will be implemented before April 1. In his first speech at UNSC, United Nations Security Council, Jaishankar slams China and Pak. He points to delay in designating terrorist individuals entities, urging United Nations Security Council members not to make false distinctions of good terrorists and bad terrorists. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar made indirect reference to both China and Pakistan. Means he is not directly quoted, but indirectly he made references to both China and Pakistan for delaying the process of designating terrorist individuals and entities, as well as failing to stop the funding of terror. The Jaishankar in United Nations Security Council, he directly not attacked on China and Pakistan, but indirectly referred the Pakistan and China that they are not designating the terrorists immediately. They are making delay. 6 news. Emotional movement for Serum India Institute team, says Poonawalla. Because this is emotional movement, they delivered the vaccines. Boxes of Covishield, the vaccine made at Serum Institute of India, has left for multiple locations across India. Mr. Adar Poonawalla, CEO SII, tweeted on Tuesday. An emotional moment for the team at Serum Institute as the first shipments finally leave, it said. It will be proud always because the whole world is suffering with COVID-19. So they delivered that dangerous disease vaccine. So it will be a proud moment to them. 7th. We'll hold our ground on the LAC, says Army Chief. General Naravane sees collusive threat from China and Pakistan. Army Chief General Manoj Naravane on Tuesday said the Army was ready to hold its ground along the line of actual control LAC in eastern Ladakh as long as it took to achieve the national objectives, and noted that collusive threat from China and Pakistan existed and India must be ready for it. This was said by General Naravane. Next, 8th news. Electric vehicle major Tesla gets an India address. Electric vehicle company Tesla has officially entered India by registering with Register of Companies as Tesla India Motors and Energy Private Limited, incorporated in Bangalore on Jan 8th. It's a proud moment. As per an ROC filing, Vaibhav Taneja, Venkatrangam Sriram and David John Feinstein has been named as directors of Tesla's India subsidiary. Okay. And Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister C.N. Ashwath Narayan had earlier said that his government invited the EV firm to set up an R&D center in the city. Tesla CEO Elon Musk had also said his company would enter India in 2021. Tesla has been exploring its India entry with a bunch of states in last 3 years. It's good. Next, update won't affect privacy. WhatsApp. Today, WhatsApp saying so many things. We are not breaking the privacy of the customers. So they given so many announcements in social media and through print media. Facebook unit says private messages will continue to be encrypted end to end. This encrypted end to end means the neither WhatsApp or Facebook can't see our messages or any other outside of the group. In the wake of backlash over its updated privacy policy, Facebook owned WhatsApp on Tuesday clarified that the update would not affect users' messages to friends or family. The changes only relate to messaging a business using the platform, the messaging service provider said. We want to address some rumors and to be 100% clear, we continue to protect your private messages with end-to-end encryption. Our privacy policy updates does not affect the privacy of your messages with friends or family, the instant messaging firm tweeted. Okay. And today last news is about Khadi Prakritik paint is a first of its kind product based on cow dung as its main ingredient. It was means opened by Nitin Gadkari, Union Minister. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari on Tuesday said initiatives such as Khadi Prakritik paint will strengthen the rural economy and has the potential to become 6,000 crore industry soon. Launching the eco-friendly and non-toxic paint with antibacterial properties by Khadi and Village Industries Commission, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Minister Gadkari said initiatives such as KVIC paint could lead to Atmanirbhar Bharat and arrest the exodus of rural population towards cities. This is last news for today, current affairs and daily news. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, share and like. If you have any comments, you can post it here or you can mail to academy.kdg@gmail.com. Thank you very much. We'll meet in tomorrow current affairs session. Thank you.